What's up, Buddhas? Today we are going to be talking a little bit about revision. Now, down below I've got a playlist with over 100 Buddha Billionaire videos that's growing every single day that you can click, binge watch, and accelerate your spiritual awakening. While you're down there, you can hit that bell notification, subscribe button, like button, comment button, type something, and let us all know how blessed you're feeling. When on the subject of revision, a lot is at stake. And that is because our existence, my right now, is entirely built off my entire past, right? And my future is built off of my end visualization, my goal. So I'm here now, I'm going to the future, and I'm built out of the past. And I'm just throwing a lot at you right now because we're going to get into some more nitty-gritty on this in this video and in future videos. So do remember to be subscribed so that you don't miss out on any of that. But we're going to talk today specifically about the revision aspect of the past. Because we're here now. We're making this video. You're watching this video. You are present. Wake up to the now. You are you. Observing you. Observe me. Observe you. But we'll put the future off for just a moment because that's happening and it's coming and it's actually the most fun and easy thing about this. But we're going to talk about the past. That's back here apparently. And this past over here is entirely based off of how you remember it happening. Let me say that again. This past, the actions, the stuff, is 100% based off of how you remember. Remember? I don't know. It's one of, probably part of the alternative spaces in here, but anyways. How you remember what happened. So let's say you went for a walk and stubbed your toe on something. Probably wasn't a great example, but it probably also wasn't all that much fun because it would hurt your toe. Ow. And you're laying in bed the night that happened. Your toe's a little bit sore, but you're no worse for wear. You have an opportunity now, Buddhas. You can do one of three things. You can pretend it didn't happen and just kind of do nothing about it, wake up in the morning with the hope that the toe will feel better. You can set an intention that the toe will feel better in the morning as a wake up, a future slide that you'll be heading into. But you can also do a third really, really powerful thing. And that is to imagine going on that walk that you had gone on and not having stubbed your toe. Return home from that walk without being in the pain of the stubbed toe. Pretend that it did not happen. Go back in time, in your own mind, and revise the course of events. That's it. That's the secret. Thank you very much for watching, Buddhas. But if you've actually got some actual stay on here, then you're going to realize that there's more to it, a little bit. And that is the real fun behind Neville Goddard's revision method, which is that our now is based off of that past. Whether we acknowledge it or not constantly, all the thoughts, all the actions that were taken then reflect in what we have right now. So by going back and more drastically changing things other than just a stubbed toe, you can literally alter the course of your now in your future now's present moment. Which is, in fact, saying, if you had an argument with someone and it went poorly and you were not pleased with the way that it went, you can think about that argument and be really angry and upset and say a bunch of mean things about the person in your head that you'd really like to settle, which is going to then propel that argument into your future and you're going to have to deal with it again. Have fun. Or you can go back to that argument and you can say, you know what? Maybe if I said this a little differently here, I'm going to present this side of the argument, and because I'm imagining it, I can actually see the person I'm arguing with. I think there's an actual Greek word for that. I'll have to look it up. But the person I'm arguing with is an articulator? Let me know down below in the comments the word for a person who you are arguing with in a polite way. That person is in your imagination, which means that when you go back, you can imagine lovingly for both you and them. So you can say, hey, person, I really like your shoes. Let's say you said that earlier in the day. And they could say, I hate these shoes, it's the worst. Now you can go back and you can say again, hey, I like those shoes. And that person, you can imagine them saying, hey, thanks, I really like them too. It's so simple and naive, and it seems completely irrelevant. But by going back and fixing the, let's call them mistakes that you made previously, what you're really doing is setting the record right. Because at the time, you were just led into doing those things, and there are times throughout our day where we're more aware or less aware, but we're not always completely on point. That's why you go through this process of self-development, so that you can increase that. But there's still going to be those moments where you might say that thing that you kind of regretted saying, and you would have wanted to have another shot at it, but you didn't think you did until now. Because now you know that when you go into the past and you revisit something, you have 3 options, as always. You can go back and do nothing and just observe what happened. You can go back and argue with the damn person continuously, which is just going to accelerate it into that future space. Or you can go back, lovingly go through the situation, and come to the conclusion that A, it doesn't matter, and B, I would have wanted it to go this way. That would have been so much more awesome for everyone, and maybe we would still be friends, or whatever that situation leads to. You go do that. And you make that a habit in your life, and you go back and you do this on the day, or you go back and do this for a memory that crops up. Your life will change before your very eyes, Buddha. That is how it works. We create the world that we're in. So when we go back and we hardcore change what we think happened and make it loving and make it learning and make it beautiful, then that's what we're going to get more of in our future. But if we go back and we obsess over minute little idiosyncrasies that don't even matter, we're just going to keep accelerating that garbage and crap into your future. So I'll let you make the decision, Buddhas. This one seems pretty straightforward to me. But you are sovereign souls, and you have that opportunity to discuss it amongst yourselves, which you can let me know down in the comment if you feel otherwise, or if you've done this and it's worked for you. But at the end of the day, Buddhas, remember the most important thing ever is to love yourself.